Okay, so we are back with another episode of Mr. Walker's podcast. I am your host, Mr. Walker. Today, it's going to touch some souls, this topic. But it's time. It's time to have the conversation. Friendship. Yes, friendship. The true meaning of a friend. Yeah, this episode is going to probably ruffle some feathers, but since the new year, I decided to take on, I don't believe in like the New Year's resolution and shit. I don't believe in none of that shit. Listen here. But I decided coming into the new year that I was going to be a lot more honest and upfront with intentions, if I have any, or even friends. And I'm sorry, but it's kind of cold and this bean is out, but hold on. So, I decided to, like I said, be a lot more upfront with friendships that I have with males or females. And I've been putting certain people and friendships to the test. After the fact, after learning things that I've never known about this particular person or these particular people, I kind of like did my own, I reevaluated like the circumstances, the situation, the friendship. I looked back on it and was like saying to myself, what kept us friends? And a lot of times I feel like people don't do that. You know, you kind of grow up and grow apart, especially when you've known someone forever and a day, right? And I know at one time, I would hold my friends to a certain standard. And I could have been judgy. Well, like my homegirl Jill would say, you know, she said that at times she felt like I could be a little bit judgy. But I recently had a conversation where I said, I'm accepting my friends for who they are. You know, I still have friends that are in the street. I still have friends that don't fly straight, so to speak, when it comes to relationships, or swaying the fence, so to speak, when it comes to vibes and conversations that they're supposed to be having or not supposed to be having, taking my conversation and bringing it to another friend, right? This is something that I've noticed. And, you know, I recently said that my friends that are still in the street, I'm not going to be so hard on them to get out of the street anymore. They are who they are. They accepted the roles that they play in my life and what they do as a profession. And who am I to judge them, right? Like, everybody doesn't listen. And I said this to a friend. Well, we're going to get to that in a second. But I said this to a person not too long ago. I said, you know, when it comes to life and things that you want, you can't model or follow the path of someone else that got to a certain standard or a certain part of life, right? Like, they might have went the straight and narrow to get to what they wanted in life. And you might need to go around, jump, crawl to get to that particular place in life. But once you get there, you could kind of exhale. And that is whether it's relationships, marriage, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you gotta kind of bend the rules, or what you think is the ideal way of getting what you want might not work for you. You might have to go about it a different way, and you could get the same results. Getting back to the friendship shit between me and other friends, let's start being honest with one another. Whether you have a friendship with a woman or a man or whatever the case may be. I've had people in my life that other people question why they were in my life. And I talked about this a show or two ago, because they just didn't add up to what this person perceived me to be, right? They look at me, I don't have any kids, I do my thing, or whatever, however they look at me. This person sort of, they think depends on me, whether that be street shit, people respecting them or leaving them alone because they're friends with me. And I've had that through the years, right? Growing up, and this is no, I'm not gonna say any names, but often people that see me around certain people, they will question why we were friends, because in every aspect of the hood guy, the guy that's getting to a couple dollars, that could fight, that'll shoot, that got the girls, all the things, right? People kind of looked at me a certain way. So when they see me with someone that was less than, they question the friendship. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized that friendship meant more to me than any other friendship that I had with guys that were doing the same thing that I was doing. I sat on a stoop and hustled with two other people. One is a rat and one is dead. And at that point, I wouldn't even call them my friends. They were just associates. We were kind of I'm not even gonna say business partners, but because of all the things that I've been through, I know what true friendship is. I've cut people off because they weren't keeping it 100 with me like I was keeping it with them. I have. People that you will see around me, they hold some sort of value in my life. I understand at times people grow apart. Everyone can't go on this journey with me. Everybody is not on the same path as me. A lot of friendships have expiration dates on them. I've mastered the art of solitude. A lot of people are your friend because of what they could get from you or who you are. But when all fails, where are they? I just had a fucking meltdown a couple weeks ago. It was a few people that hit me and that wanted to run and come and talk to me just to get everything off my chest. I learned to be okay with myself. I love the fact that people could speak about me and speak great things about me amongst other people. Now, going back to my earlier days, I never ran off on the plug. I've loaned money. I've loaned muscle. Shit, I've got people chains back. I've gotten pills for their sick dick because they like to fuck with no condom, these nasty bitches. And all of these things about me. And I realized motherfuckers would hang with me because they knew that I was gonna go at any given time. A lot of people even fucked with me because of my last name and how strong we were. I know what I bring in a friendship. I bring honesty, respect, love. I'm looking for that in any type of relationship that I have. It doesn't have to be all three. You gotta nail one of them. I'm done with a friend that doesn't show up for me, that mishandles my fucking emotions, that mishandles my feelings, male or female. And this year, I said to myself, I'm gonna start being a lot more open and direct with people. And a few people mishandled feelings, friendships, all of that shit. When a person present shit that is hard to present to you, men to men, men to women, and you mishandle that shit hurt. A couple episodes ago, y'all seen me in tears. Maybe y'all read it wrong, but I started thinking about on a day-to-day basis, it's so much shit that I deal with. Sometimes I just want to unload. And a lot of times I want to unload to my nigga, to my guy, to my friend that's a male. Get it off. Sometimes I want to have a beer with my guy that doesn't take our fucking conversation anywhere else. I want to be around another man that he's not checking my fucking pockets, right? He's not trying to figure out how much I pay for my fucking watch, how much I pay for my chain, how much my overhead is every month. Motherfucker, if you're not trying to contribute or trying to figure out a way to make it easier for me, why do you need to know that? Like, dog, friendships mean so much more to me. I'm not allowing motherfuckers to be in my personal space anymore and suck up everything and feed me fucking lies back. You come around, you always needing shit, wanting shit, and I'm willing to give you the information that you fucking need, but I need to see you doing something with it. And if you not, nigga, fuck off. Again, I'm also willing to accept the true friends in my life being who they are. Some people didn't fucking walk the path that I walk and got what I got because of the path that I walk. I knew when my hustling days were over and it was time to do something else. Some of my friends stayed. Cool. I'm learning not to judge them for who they are, for who they still are, right? Because even if I pick up the phone and call them, they coming. And I'm no longer allowing the outside world to dictate who the fuck I should be friends with. Have no opinion about it. Yeah, my nigga in the street. Yeah, so what? One of my best friends is doing time in jail for murder. Me and him were best friends because it was like looking in a fucking mirror and talking to myself. You can't lie to yourself. Me and this nigga never had an argument, ever. Ever. He jumped off the porch doing the shit that I was already doing a little bit later, and he got jammed up. God bless him. But that was my guy. I couldn't lie to him about shit. Our lives were very similar. So again, fuck a fake friend. Fuck them niggas that come around you and drain you of your fucking energy. Fuck the niggas that don't stand up for you, right? Fuck the niggas that take your conversations and take them elsewhere to discuss you. Telling other niggas how much you paid for this and what chicks you fucking on and terminal illness you may have and all of that shit. This is the year of real friendships, especially with me. If you mishandle my feelings, my emotions, my honesty with you, fuck off. I've let friendships die, women or men. If you not giving me back what I've given you, fuck you. That simple. That's a real friendship. Motherfuckers that's 100 with you every time, whether it hurt for you to hear the truth or not. People that value what you bring to their life. Yo, you love the fact that I text you, good morning, friend. Good night, friend. How was your day? What's up with that chick you just met? What's up with that nigga you just met? Hearing a person's story and handling them with care. Could you say you've done the same? Let me ask you this. If you met somebody that was like you, would you hold them near and dear to your heart? Could you be friends with that person? A person that was just like you? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself if you keep it 100 with your true friends. And get back to me. This is Mr. Walker's podcast.